Eek. I don't know how to add people. Sorry, everyone. Oh, hello?
Hi, Thu-Hong. This is Sebastian.
Oh, hi, Sebastian. Oh, how did you join and how do I get other people to join?
Just wait.
I think people are watching. Sorry, everyone. Hi. Wait, hello? Hello? Hi, Patrick.
Thu-Hong.
Oh, I sent out the watching link.
All right. Thu-Hong.
Okay. Yes, Sebastian. I think so. I hear Sebastian's voice. I don't know if he's talking to me or you.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi. So give us a second. We are fixing this. In 3 minutes, we're going to start. No problem.
Okay.
Listen to one song.
Okay, I think it's working.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll fix it.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, everyone. Oh, gosh. I'm confused. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna remember. Yay! Hi, everybody. How is everyone?
Good.
Hi! Good to see you guys. I know everybody here. Lydia, Paige, Claire.
Hello.
Hey. Checking in with the Claire. Hello. So I think cool. So there's 8 people who said that they're here at this time. Yeah, I guess. Oh, here's Prima. Hello. So these consulting spaces are supposed to be open in and out. Like if you have any questions, you can just come in and ask. So really, this space is for you guys. Let's see. Yeah, sorry, had to mute. Yeah, so this space is for you guys to ask any questions you may have. This is the general room, so any like general questions, I think a lot of it had to do with like structures and what we want to recommend for people. So the space is yours. You can go in and out as you want, and both me and Patrick are here to answer anything for you. So yeah, we can just go ahead and whoever, if you guys like have any, I don't know, whoever wants to start off with a question, if you don't have any prepared right away, I would just think about like maybe just thinking about like what is your current capacity with summer operations, the members that you have, and the challenges that you foresee yourself like going through. Maybe this is your first time doing summer ops. Yeah, so I guess anybody can go first. Just feel free to like, yeah, unmute yourself and ask away.
It's like nobody wants to be the first person to talk.
I just don't really have any specific questions right now, just because like I'm still in school, so 4 weeks, so we're still in this plan like everyone else.
Okay, cool. So I think I got that, Lydia. You said you're not exactly, you don't have any questions yet because you haven't exactly started working on summer operations. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think you and Claire, any other quarter schools here are in the same boat of forming your summer operations. The important thing when you're forming is to just check out the sample job descriptions. So like the thing what you can do now is define like what your capacity is and make those structures and job descriptions and then start showcasing it to your LC and start reaching out to people. There's like essentially like 3 types of teams you can run. One type is like maintaining summer operations, just like quality control and contacting with EPs and closing open TNs like throughout the summer, kind of just like maintaining operations. Second is you can just and doing things to like drive activity, so that's like new sales, new IJP sales, also new OGX recruitment, like pocket recruitment throughout the summer. And the third one, which is I think less priority, is like any special projects that are kind of long term that maybe you wanted to work on during the school semester but didn't have time because it's like full swing operations, and summer's a good time to create a JD and have somebody work on it. So yeah, I would say decide what your capacity is with who can be a team leader, who can manage things. What are the things that you want to do? Like, can you first maintain your operations that you have? Second, like driving results before membership requirements, and then do you have like special projects in mind? And then it's a matter of making those JDs and reaching out to those people. And I think another thing people forget when setting up summer operations a lot of times is to make it like a thing, make it like an actual, like still a team experience, because summer operations kind of gets pushed off to the side as like these people are super dedicated, so we'll just give them tasks and they'll do it. And a lot of times like that is the case, it's your more committed members, but don't forget that it's still an experience for them to grow, so they still need things like an induction, a first team meeting physically, if it ends up being like a part-time virtual team, part-time physical team, doing things like team meetings, they can be virtual, check-ins, maybe at the end if you can more often, but checking in on people's experience, like how are you growing, how are you developing, because yeah, it's still a TMP experience and a TLP experience, whoever's leading it. So making sure it's like all the team minimums are still met, and people are still like being tracked and coached and all those things too. Yeah, so that's kind of like a general things to look out for when you're setting things up. Does anyone have any questions about that? Just like, does anybody else feel in the same boat where they're still in figuring out what to do with summer operations? Oh, okay. Oh, Claire asked a question. Okay, so Claire said, how do we get members excited about summer operations? We have JDs and a survey ready, but people don't seem to be applying for it. Also, how to balance it between promoting IXP and summer operations. Okay, great question. So I think this has to do with like the other point of like making summer operations feel like a thing. Like getting people excited about it means like they need to see the value in like for them this is like their break, so they need to see the value in like, why should I work for ISIC in the summer? They need to see a very clear value for it. I think a great example is like how ISIC Madison does the summer internship, where it like feels like a professional summer internship in sales that you would get at a company that you would probably do in the summer anyway. You can go that route of like, this is all the skills you will develop. This is everything you can gain in like like showing people the skills and competencies they'll get. And then the other way that I know that my LC kind of took the route of is like making summer operations a more like fun and chill thing, so that like regular ISEC during the semester is more like intense, rigorous. You have to come up with physical meetings, and then summer operations is a chance to drive activity for like the really passionate and excited members who want to give back and do more with their experience. But like we would have meetings over like beer, and we would like go like outside, and we would have like a lot of fun stuff happening because it's the summer. And so we went this like kind of, it's like ISEC, you get to do ISEC without the constraints of schoolwork, and like that's what everybody says. They're like, I love ISEC, but I always have school. And so we're like, okay, this is like the perfect opportunity because you get to like hang out with everyone, all the ISECers who are still on campus in the summer, work with everyone, but in a more informal, like less tracking. We still did like tracking and all that stuff, but it was more casual. Like we would do it, yeah, like outside or at the park or something, and it would just be a lot more relaxed while still getting work done. So you can go those two routes. You could do both. But yeah, I think selling it is just like seeing what value people want out of it. I would say like if people are already on campus in the summer, this is a great chance for them to like have some group of friends and a connection over the summer, and that's when I think it's really important to take care of their team experience, and maybe do like team days with the summer team, and then like take pictures and showcase and show the LC like, hey, look what awesome stuff the summer team is doing, so next year people are more excited about it. Maybe get some people to share their experience about working from the summer. If those people don't exist in your LC, I think there's a lot of other LCs that could help you out, and maybe send videos of like, this is what I did in the summer, this is how I grew and the results we got out of it, and like you should work in the summer too. So yeah, is that helpful? Does anyone even have other suggestions? Because we can also learn from each other of like things you guys might be doing in your LC to like sell summer ops to your members.
We didn't even like talk about JDs before. We just like talked about summer operations. Like we haven't even really talked about JDs because we just want people to like be like, whoa, this is cool. Like I get to talk to like EPs even if I'm not in that function and stuff like that. Just to get people excited.
Yeah, definitely. Like the chance to try out another function, have more impact, especially for your pipeline for VPs. The people that you can see becoming VP next semester are running. Be like, you need exchange experience. Like, doesn't matter what function you're thinking of applying for, like finance, TM, marketing. Like, this is a great chance for you to get hands-on, like, exchange experience, and this will set you up for like running even more qualified for VP next time. Oh, Niels is here.
Yeah, I was going to say, comment on what you just said, Thu-Hong. I know like several of the people who are doing summer ops who are like proxying for other VPs right now in RLC are people who like specifically have said like, I'm interested in running for VP OGX next semester or whatever, and they like want to be a proxy because like it gives them that leadership opportunity over the summer, and like summer's a more relaxed time, and so there's less stress and things like that. So that's how we kind of marketed it a little bit. Like, this is your time to get that experience now. But, yeah.
Awesome. Oh, Paige said, I proxied for VPF during summer ops last year before being VPTM. Definitely good pipeline. Yay! So you can, yeah, like if you guys like Claire, anybody else, like I think those stories are really great to showcase if you don't have them in your LC of people who were proxies before becoming VP or LCP even. Like, there's probably a bunch in the network. I thank you, Rima, for sharing too, because I know there's a lot from UGA. I think like, was Katie like there's somebody from UGA to like EB that was like, they were all like summer proxies or something like that. So Claire, if you want to like reach out to the network, I'm sure there's a lot of examples of people saying like, who can like give you a testimonial of like, this is what I did in the summer, and that's why it's so valuable for me now as a like a VP now. Like, I never would have thought like I would be that, like that would have been helpful until like I was in my role later as a VP. Cool, awesome, yay! So yeah, this will be good like pipeline management too. So the second half of your question was also how to balance between promoting IXP and summer operations. So a really good question because I know like you want people to go abroad and that's a great investment, and you also want people to stay and work in the summer. I think those two are different. Like different types of members are more inclined to do them. So like the people who are interested in going abroad, maybe yeah, like it I guess for me, I guess it depends. It seems like it depends more on their situation. Like, is this a good time for them to go abroad? Like, do they have the money? Are they available? Like, for sure. Then, like, sending them abroad is still a great, great investment into talent for yeah, like talent for your LC and them coming back. And then summer operations is also a great investment. I mean, maybe you'll like investment in terms of maybe not as much money, but like time to build the team and make it a great experience for them. But those might be the people who've already made it clear, like this is not a good time for me to go abroad. Like I have to take summer classes, or I have another internship, so I could do summer ops on top of that, but it's just not a good time for me to go abroad. So I would say, for me, I think like promoting both is important, and then you'll kind of get the members who would go one way or the other based on their situation. What you can encourage is like at least everybody doing one of those. It's like if you're not going abroad, like why aren't you doing summer operations? Like what's happening? So yeah, that's what my take on it. I don't know if anyone else has other opinions or has gone through like promoting both and what happened. If anyone wants to share. No? Claire, do you have any more questions? Was that good or more clarification?
No, that's very helpful. Thanks.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. This is cool. I like this. Cool. So for the people who, okay, cool. For the people who just joined, feel free to like type out questions or just ask away. This is like an open space, so it's for you guys to just ask questions. Cool. Lydia asked, what if the summer team is spread out in different places? Yeah, so I think this is a really good question. What it takes to run a virtual team, and so actually tomorrow, I believe, is when the summer operations booklet is coming out of like how to run a virtual and physical team. If you want, it's gonna be like a revamped version of the summer operations booklet last year. So if you want to see last year's, just go on the Education Resource Hub, and it's one of the apps. It has like a little sunshine and it says summer operations. That's the one from last year, and it has a chapter on how to run a physical and virtual team. But yeah, if your summer team is spread out in different places, that's totally fine. I would say have like a title of booklet. Oh, I can put the link. It's if you go to the Education Resource Hub and you look at it's its own app. It has a little like sunshine. That's the one from last year. The new updated one, which is gonna have a little bit more like relevant education that like you guys, things that you've heard recently, is gonna come out tomorrow, I believe. Correct me, Niels and Patrick, if I'm wrong. But you can just check out the one from last year just to like have something to look out for now. Oh, over the weekend, Niels. Thank you. It's gonna come out over the weekend. So yeah, if your team is spread out, I would say definitely try to have a physical team before the school year already ends, so that at least you have one kind of like kickoff day to set expectations. Maybe afterwards do some team bonding, make sure like everybody's on the same page with like the plan and their job and their role, and how often we're going to have like virtual meetings and check-ins and what's expected in terms of delivering results and what we're going to do. So yeah, so I would say like try to have one physical touch point before everybody goes their separate ways, and then throughout the summer, like managing very clearly virtually things like tracking and coaching. A lot of times the trouble that I face with a virtual team depends on like how closely everyone's JDs are, but at least when my experience is like I didn't have a big summer team and everyone had such different JDs. I don't know if I would recommend that. Like honestly, if everyone had the same similar JDs and we're going through the same things, it would have been a lot easier to like mesh. But we had like one person doing ICX and like two people doing OGX, so like it didn't make sense to do meetings together a lot of times. So I did a lot of like one-on-one tracking, one-on-one coaching virtually. I don't know if I would recommend that though, because yeah, it didn't feel so much like a team experience. But yeah, I would say like if you're thinking about like everyone's spread out, making sure you set up those virtual touch points and set the expectation that like you have to attend these. We're gonna have them be at this time every time, etc. Especially if you have like if you're just maintaining summer ops, then those people can all be virtual. Like their work is virtual. Like they don't have to physically be managing EPs, like, yeah, so, yeah. Okay, Lydia, let me know if that was enough or you have more questions. So Nick asks how to virtually engage motivated members who are returning to their home countries, China and Colombia this summer. Oh, like they're not from the U.S. and they want to participate in summer ops in their home country.
Correct. Yeah, and I want to make sure that they're feeling engaged and not like they're like doing stuff on their own, even though they kind of are. But if any of you guys have had people return to their home countries and still be engaged, I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I can speak from my experience, but I think there's probably more solutions in this group. Maybe if anyone wants to share too, I would say like I would look at like providing them opportunities that align to like them working away, like not being in the U.S. So like we used to tell people who were like internationals, like if they could help still do EP servicing, like in their home country, because we have EPs in the cities that they're in anyway. So kind of like QCC, what QCC does, but specifically for the LCs partnerships and the LCs that we worked. Like we had LC-LC partnerships and the LCs that we worked closely with and helping the EPs that we sent abroad there because they're going to be there anyway. I was thinking of having them work with the local LC to promote TNs to their Milwaukee peeps. Okay. Oh, okay. You're saying working with their LC abroad to promote TNs.
Santiago's going to Bucaramanga, Colombia, and he can call people from Milwaukee and say, "Hey, this is Santiago from Colombia. Like, you should come here. Like, it's fucking awesome." Yeah? That's a really good impression of his voice, if you've never. Sorry.
That's super cool. Yeah, I love that. So still doing like recruitment and being able to say like I'm here right now. That's awesome. Yeah, that's an amazing idea. That's what I think, like, besides just maintaining, you can even get more results. That's super cool. Does anyone else have any other, like, experience with that or any other ideas? It would be so cool, especially in that voice, too. Oh, Patrick also posted a resource of a manager's guide to virtual teams. And I think this is, so thank you, Patrick, for posting that. I think this is something that if you're looking for pipeline for like people learning how to work in a virtual team or like leading a virtual team or feeling weird about being on a virtual team over the summer and worried about it, you could also sell it like, hey, this is like 2015. Chances are in your professional job in the future, you're going to have to learn how to work or possibly lead a virtual team. So this is a competency and a skill you can build and put on your resume now, like getting to say like I led or I was part of a virtual team and delivered X amount of results. Like that's a skill I think a lot of like employers would stand out for them. Neil said, if your members are inexperienced, then having them join the local LC to learn GCPs and how operations run abroad could be useful for their learning in your LC in the next semester. Oh, Awesome. Yeah, so you can help get them to like contact the LC, or if you need help coordinating with that, let us know. And that would be super cool, getting them to see like how motivated other countries are and collect GCPs for your LC. Awesome. Does anyone have any other questions or points to add? Yeah, that's true. So Neil said definitely virtual teams are the future, because me, Patrick, and Niels are all in different places right now. Like only Patrick is at the office. And it's true. It's like it's one of those things like if you can it's the future. Like at least on the MC, like we're having calls with people across the globe all the time, and so like it's almost a necessary skill, like going into, you guys are going to be graduating in the next few years, like those are things like your bosses probably won't know about, like Google Hangout, like do they know that this thing can host 100 people in one call? Like those are things like if you can say that, like hey, I can set that up for you, and like heck, I can run it for you, that's what's going to get you ahead. Cool.
Something to note, though, when it comes to virtual teams is that they are a lot harder to manage. Like when you're talking about physical teams, you obviously have like that interpersonal interaction. Like you can go have drinks together after you like do work, all that kind of stuff. How you build that in with virtual teams is, in my experience, whether or not they're going to be successful. Especially if you're not talking about people that are like automatically going to be on top of their stuff all the time. Hey, yeah, totally take shots together on our Google Hangouts. You do you, Nick.
Yeah, I think the important thing with virtual teams is clear expectations. Like as much as you can, just make it very clear. Like I'm going to be tracking you once a week. This is the level of performance I expect. We're going to have one-on-one check-ins twice a month, and that'll just be to check in with your experience and how you're doing, and if I can provide any support. We're going to have virtual team meetings with everyone once a week, like the same things you guys would do with a physical, like your own physical teams, but even more communication. Like it's got to be very, very clear up front in the beginning. Niels, do you want to elaborate that expectation?
Yeah, I would. It's just that there's like a lot of stuff at the back, and I don't know if you guys can hear me properly.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, yeah? Okay, great. Yeah, so with virtual teams, in my experience, I think the most important part is just setting a clear expectation of what is required of this team. You don't want to let the team just be running around randomly, having to meet because well, you're part of the team, so you have to meet us. The shorter timeline, the more clear the timeline of the virtual team is, the better, so that they know what is the start and end date. And then within that, what is required of them in terms of the project or the goal that needs to be achieved. So once that is there, I think that is just setting the clear expectation. The second thing is then being able to come to a common consensus of who does what, and just delegating tasks instead of like having to have further conversations on this. And then once those tasks are done, you just do updates on them in the following week, or like as and when you set the expectation of meeting with them. Setting out times, like weekly times, say every Wednesday 4 p.m. or every Tuesday 6 p.m. is when we're going to meet, makes it easier, and you just know like, okay, this is happening, it's in my calendar, I'm just going to meet with these guys, this is what I need to do for this week, and that's what I need to get an update on. And then in the end, having meaningful conversations is what matters. The longer you spend your time online virtually just doing random shit, they'll start feeling like, okay, this time that I'm investing in being here virtually is not fruitful, or it's not adding value to me. So make sure that even if you can do like an hour-long meeting every week and have everyone involved, is better than trying to do like, oh, let's get together and like hang out for 2 hours online when like I'm like in fucking Colombia and I want to do other shit. So let's get this done with real quick. I think that's just like you want to be able to set the tone and like know that, yeah, we're here to like get shit done, and it doesn't matter where we're from or where we are at this point of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you'll find a ton of resources like that online, like the book, or just like even on Medium, like any millennial website right now that's talking about like being able to work from home, or being able to work away from the office. Like these are things that a lot of big organizations. For example, I'm sitting right across PwC, and I know you guys know Jeff, but Jeff hasn't been working like he's been working from home or like out of office for the last 2 months. And that's just like how PwC runs right now. Like they don't need their teams to be physically present in office or like meet with one another unless they really have to. So yeah, that's just like Thu-Hong mentioned earlier, it's just like the way things are moving right now.
I just like Googled how to run a virtual team, and I posted the first resource I found. But that just shows you guys there's a lot of other resources there too, um, like online and virtually. If you want to try to find like cool things you can do to make your virtual team happen and feel like a team, you know, still have that spirit, and still be really meaningful for them. Because I agree with Niels. Like if you don't understand the challenge. Take some time to think about like what are the challenges that you'll probably face, like because I just like being on virtual teams before, successful and unsuccessful, like it's very easy to check out on a virtual team. Like you can just kind of say like I'm busy and not show up ever, and that can happen within like a month. So as long as you understand the challenges that, okay, that's going to happen, like what can we do to prevent that or make sure like we know how to address it when it does. Yeah, take a minute to know like, okay, we're restricted by these things. Cool. So anybody have anything to add? Anything? Any other questions too?
I had a question. So I was just thinking, like, in general, for our summer operations, we kind of have, like, some people are staying and some people are leaving, and we have, like, proxies and things like that. How do we ensure that everything is kind of transitioned back properly? Because we did a really good job with, like, transitioning our proxies into the roles that they're going to be taking, but how do we make sure that, like, when everyone gets back from the summer, that, like, it doesn't feel like summer operations just, like, it's almost like it should be a lead-in into the fall. So, like, how do we make sure that that happens and that everything is, like, updated and transferred over efficiently?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. So kudos to you to having a success. First off, like successfully being able to transition your current like work to the summer operations work. I feel like some people may have some questions about that too, like how to do that successfully. So I want to like bookmark that and revisit it. In terms of bringing things back, I think it's like I can only speak from my experience here, so maybe Niels and Patrick have something more to add. But I think it's a matter of making sure, like, of course, there's the one-on-one, making sure those conversations happen between the key responsibles from summer ops and then who's going to be taking it over in the summer or in the fall. And then also there's this like so there's like the actual just information that you need to transfer over, like, oh, this is what happened over summer ops, these were our results, these are the like progressions that we made or the conversations that we had and the outcomes so that you know, and these are the people I need to like introduce you to, or should I continue this on, be like the point of contact for this company, for example. I think a lot of it has to do with managing like the challenge you face there is like not stepping on people's toes when they come back. Like the summer ops people are gonna be super pumped, and then the VP's gonna want to be like, oh, back in my, you know, throne. Like I should just be able to settle right back in. And so I think that managing that now like partnership, because hopefully now the summer operations person is now seen as kind of like a go-to or like a right hand and not like a weird threat. So how they can work together to help deliver like, okay, we're on the same page. This is how much grew in the summer. Yay, like celebrate that success, and then communicating the knowledge, and then also communicating how to move forward together, like, and making sure that interface is really strong and the partnership is very like everybody knows like their clear lines of responsibility. But the thing you don't want to do is like make the summer proxy feel like their work wasn't valued and they just have to like go back to being at like the bottom of the chain or something, you know, and that like that they still feel like I was saying, like a right hand now, or somebody that can like help, is positioned as somebody who had like very valuable experience and can help others. So I almost think like they're a great pipeline for like TLs, and other leadership opportunities too. Is that what you're talking about, or something else?
Yeah, no, that answered my question. I was just like, I didn't want it to feel like a weird shift or break. Does that make sense? Like from summer to fall. I wanted to make sure that like everything that we did over the summer and especially with ICX stuff and things like that, like everything was transferred over properly.
Rima, I'd probably recommend something that we've been trying to do like internationally. I think for the last year or two is basically like taking TNP TLP and kind of putting it in the same kind of focus as ICX OGX, right? Like it's not just like four completely utterly separated programs, that they're kind of like they have similar kind of needs and whatnot. Which is why internationally, like all members are supposed to apply onto EXPA into specific JDs and whatnot, even for TNP TLP. Now that hasn't exactly caught on yet, but there's this thing, right, like RIS, OPS, when it comes to OGX. I'd probably recommend that you do the same kind of thing when it comes to your summer ops teams. Like, why not do like a reintegration seminar for them, like just like a 5-hour event or something like that, like when you guys start SPAC, like in August, to like kind of transfer their experiences over and all that kind of stuff, but like get them back into the mindset of like, okay, so what is my role going to be in August through December? So like not just information transfer, but also like what are they getting into their mindsets and whatnot. Random suggestion.
Mm-hmm. And that can help really solidify the getting them to think about future leadership roles, because then they can think about like, oh, what are the skills you developed over the summer? How can you apply that more into like whatever personal aspirations you had in ISIC, outside of ISIC? So it starts to feel like more than just like, oh, you were here and you did a lot of great work for us, so all you have to give us now is like all your information, but also like caring about their experience, and so that it's like a thing. Yeah, that would be cool. And I know you guys do like UGA does this like the one pager transition between JDs in the semester, right? Like you guys have, is that you guys? Like everybody in the LC does. I know there's an LC that does it. This is like who has they do like a one-pager transition of their job description. So it's like, this was my title, this is what I accomplished, this is what you should know if you're taking my JD next semester. And so something like that would be great to do with the summer operations people too, to just say like, hey, this is what I did, some sort of output that they can present or like showcase either to the EB or to the whole LC even. It'd be really nice. Okay. Oh, bye, Lydia. Bye, Nick. Thank you. Cool. Awesome. So does anyone, any other questions about that, or even ideas? Like if you have thought about some ideas as you've been sitting here, it'd be cool to share too. Everyone can learn from. Nothing. What are you guys currently doing with summer ops? At least where it stands now. Like I know Lydia said she still has yet to form it. Has anybody already like is like in full swing of summer ops, or?
Well, us kind of, I guess. I don't know, we're not like full swing yet, but we did like a transition. We had like individual transitions, and we did like a transition day with the full, like the current EB and the summer EB, and we like did like a joint thing, and then we had the summer like EB kind of step aside and be able to like, we did planning together and stuff like that, which was really good, and just did like general Q2 planning, and so now we're starting to like get into the swing of things a little bit more, but we haven't we just finished school like last week, but yeah.
Cool. Cool. So you guys already have, for those of you who have yet to get started, you can reach out to UGA and they can help and learn from people who just went through it. Awesome. Some new people came in. Welcome. Uh, people who just joined, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. This space is for you guys. So yeah, it's just open. Anybody? Nobody? Are you guys planning on going to the other rooms in particular, or like had any specific, like, I don't know, functions or JDs that you wanted to ask about?
But yeah, I have one thing. So I've been like switching between my phone and my computer because I've been having issues. But so basically I have no one in marketing that's going to be here at all, and no one from finance. Pretty much the only people that are going to be here for summer ops are from ICX and OGX. And so I was just thinking about making my VPAD, since we have no accounts open, like in charge of like marketing for like marketing and like getting like OGX exposure out there, like on campus and stuff. So I'm not sure if you had any ideas of how to like help transition her into that, because our VP marketing has like this internship, so he's kind of like checked out for this summer. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's questions or suggestions of how to like do work with that, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess it's when choosing like what you want, like the JDs that you want to, and the goals that you have for summer ops. I think a part of it does matter, like the current capacity of the people who will be filling those JDs. So like if it's your AD person that you want to do OGX marketing, like is it because like you really want to focus on OGX instead in the summer? Or is it like or is there somebody else who maybe has more knowledge? Because yeah, it would it's not like impossible to take over like a completely new function, because for sure like support function people can help out like with Exchange, but going from like ICX to OGX, like I guess and OGX marketing, they're gonna need a bit of like, okay, this is what we should be focusing on. With that being said, like if that's the route you want to go, it's definitely not impossible. I would say like with the good thing about marketing is in the summer is like it's very like pocket, so you don't have to feel like you have to make a full-fledged like the whole like campaign, tabling, flyering, all that stuff, classroom presentations and everything. If you can, like awesome, but if you're doing things like I've seen LCs like the minimum of their OGX marketing summer teams are doing like virtual TM is just like stuck in my head. Virtual promotion. So like Facebook posts, posting in groups like Reddit, like that's what Steve did last year. Individual like shout outs or like messaging to like their friends and like people they know could possibly go abroad. Email mining, so that's just like working with the school and seeing what listservs you can get, like asking your department heads, your career services, the department that takes care of like graduates, like anything like that, like anybody, trying to see if like you could get the email list of those people, or if you could give them like a email that they can forward to all the people in their department or in their listserv. Doing things like that, like you don't need marketing expertise for. It's just a matter of like outreach, and for them just knowing like, okay, like who could I go to? Where are my resources? So yeah, I would say like virtual promotion and email mining is really important. You can create like campaigns like on MailChimp and etc. and send that out to people. That's what like my LC did at least in the summer, and just the email blast. Like we got a good like 5. You can get like this when I was there is like less than 5, but now I think they get like 10 or so just from like email blasts of like specific projects that they email to all the graduating seniors. That's 10 more realizations, which is pretty significant. And those are things you don't need, like to make a MailChimp, like go abroad to Colombia, here's a picture, here's a story, here's the information, apply today. Like, doesn't take so much marketing skills, like, to figure out. And then also, like, other ways you can promote is just, yeah, like, I think when it's a lot, you can do classroom presentations too. Like, if they don't know the OGX pitch, maybe that's something they can practice either like with you or the current like VP OGXs to get all the just the basic information of prices and timelines and things to expect. But besides that, like besides the actual like more like need to know facts, which you can also get from the website too, there's not like too much to like the marketing OGX in the summer, because it doesn't have to feel like a full-fledged like huge campaign. It's a lot more like pocket things. Not helpful? Or
Yeah. That's because the OGX reality for my LC, which is a university LC, which is OG-CDP focused, I think we're only on track to realize 7 this summer. And, you know, like, us, like, not taking advantage of that summer peak is kind of bad, considering, like, realization for, like, winter and stuff like that isn't as big. And so trying to reach full membership by next year, I'm just, like, it's, like, one of my main focuses, like, OGX and, like, marketing, like, right now. So I feel like ICX is probably on its way to reach its goals, but OGX, yeah, it's, like, big chunk still left, so, yeah.
yeah, I would say is your LC signed up for the specific projects, the Summer Lifeline, the projects in Romania, Colombia, and Peru? I think so.
Yeah, we've been trying to promote them, but recently both of our VP OGXs stepped down, so we're like in a big like transition period right now, and so that really messed with our like EP management, and yeah, so we've been trying to promote it, but it hasn't been like really successful as of recent.
Yeah, what I would say to that is the reason why I brought it up is because those projects will have like very quick matches, and you could actually get people to get on a plane and like have the realizations by when you need them. So the back end is covered in terms of promoting it and EP management. Yeah, I would say like making sure like the people who are like your VP AD, for example, if there's anybody else who can help them in the summer, putting your best people on this very big and important and like your best opportunity for OGCDP, and the knowledge and the technical, like the facts and those things, like it's not so hard, they can figure it out. So putting them on that opportunity, maybe giving them like a little bit of like a training, like a one-on-one, to make sure they get everything and have like a very simple plan to execute. But yeah, I would say like when it comes to marketing specifically, your biggest opportunities, I would say, are those email listservs. Like if you can, I don't know how like tight security-wise your school is with like protecting the email addresses of students, but just speaking from experience, I don't know if other people have any other experiences where like virtual promotion worked out better for them. Like Facebook posts don't help out as much as like contacting those people who are freaking out because it's like summer and they don't have an internship or they don't have a job. And so they're right now, if they got an inbox that said like go work in Colombia, Peru, or Romania this summer, like, they would be more than willing to get on a plane and go because they don't have anything else. So that's like, that sucks, but it's your target demographic. The people you want to think about are the people who have high unemployment rates. So like liberal arts students, social sciences, like like pre-med, pre-law, like the people who are in between grad school and kind of waiting, like those are the people you want to target and get their emails and create like MailChimp campaigns to send out through like blasts. And we used to do like specific like this summer campaign is really perfect for that because very like showing them very specific like this is summer for change. We have 50 open opportunities in these countries. Peru, Romania, Colombia, and check out the project details here. Here's like a testimonial and like a picture and send it out. And if you can't get those emails, send it out to all those professors and ask them to forward it to their students. Or career services and ask them to forward it to their students. And it's just gonna take like a hauling of like how can we get the word out there to the right people who are gonna actually be able to go. That makes sense. Does anyone, Niels or Patrick, do you have anything to add or anybody else?
I'm so sorry, but I need to jump off because I have a meeting with our chairman right now. But Zach just went. But yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, just like send me an email, or you can always just like call me up. My details are on the chat. But I think Thu-Hong, you hit it on the nail with just the things that you can be doing, or we particularly can be doing with the summer Lifeline project. I think that's like our Hail Mary project, and for LCs that need to finally realize those TNs, I mean those EPs, and as much as we can work with that project at this point in time, I think that's what's going to get you to get those realizations back by 30th of June. And yeah, I mean, if you need to talk about that more in detail, like I'm happy to speak with you. So just like let me know, call me up, or send me an email. But yeah, I'm so sorry. I need to bounce. Yeah, we're here anytime you need to. Just give us a shout out and we'll be available. I'll see you guys soon.
Did you get all of that, Zach? That came in and out. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that project is really specifically like for like LCs like yours that are willing to put in the time to push and want to see membership. So we're here to support you any way we can. It's just like there's just gotta be that effort on the local level from you guys to just get the word out there to the right people and just like organize and target the people who can go abroad. But, like. Yeah, so those target groups. Cool. Okay. So does anybody else have any other questions or just even want to talk about your current state? We have one more person. I don't think. Hi. Hello. Do you have any questions or maybe even just want to share?
No, actually, this is really helpful. Thank you, Tutu. No, I just got a text from Smurf, and he says hi. Yeah, but I mean, our like OGX has been pretty, our OGX has been like pretty terrible this semester, and I think it's just because like we had a lot of issues with coordinating marketing to happen earlier. So I think we're just going to be like going out because we have specific like mini Maymester classes that we'll be doing like advertising in for the summer, so that way we can make the realizations happen before June 30th.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you. This is really helpful. Hannah like sent me in here after she left, which is why I'm here.
Oh, cool. Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. So you guys are doing classroom presentations?
Mm-hmm. Like 50,000 of them.
Oh my God. That's awesome. That's so kick-ass. That's so cool. You need to post about that. Let me know how that goes. If you see awesome results from it, let me know because I would love to showcase it.
Okay. Thank you, Thu-Hong.
No problem.
This is really helpful.
Of course. If you guys, I don't even like anything about like what to train your marketing members on, to like how to run the teams. Like,
I mean, we almost don't have any members active over the summer, so it's just like the VP's doing everything. Because like I'm VP ACX and Hannah's POGX, so we're just like doing everything. anything because we don't have any members, and like it's too late to try and do like recruitment for summer. So we're just like, we need to get people realized fast.
Yeah.
Quality internships.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, cool. So you guys are in like alert mode. Okay. Yeah, definitely. That's for sure. That's the summer Lifeline project is so perfect for you guys because we're just going ahead and assigning TNs to people as they apply. After they get after they get interviewed and we see the notes that they're good, we're just us giving them TNs, and because it's just like very specific projects, we can get them like matched.
I'm adding it right now.
So these projects are going to be really good for you guys to showcase. So I would recommend same thing I said to Zach, like those, like the emails listservs are going to be really, really important for you guys. Even like to get, like even like I used to just post on my Facebook like, hey, who wants to go work in Colombia this summer? And I like got people who messaged me. One of your high school.
I think one of like our biggest bottlenecks is like even our current EPs, like they're having issues working with like Fluid Review or Expa. Like they're like one of our members is like, I can't find like the internships I've saved. So it's like trying to like figure out how to like navigate the websites is like probably one of the harder things. But I mean, besides that.
Okay, I would say like for like long-term technical questions about Fluid Review, I would put you in contact with contact Erin and the OGX girls. But I would say this is why maybe try to sell those specific projects to them because the information's already there. Like Peru, Colombia, like we already have the website up and it's very clear. Like this is what you're going to be doing. This is the time here. Like this is what the project is, and that'll be really great for those people to be like, okay, well, like just send me there. Like I don't really care. Like. 'Cause I think they'd rather go somewhere that they know what they're going to be doing than spending their whole summer trying to find something. And you can assure them that it's still an amazing experience and like, get people, like to share about their experiences there. So I would say like that's why like it's really important to promote those country partnerships that we know a lot of information about up front. And then when they apply through Fluid Review, they'll just get like matched right away. Because we know it's like we put a special form for those countries, and so we know who to like speed forward through the process.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Thu-Hong.
Anything else? I don't know Patrick. How long does this consulting space go? You guys have to go.
Karn ended his. Karn just ended his. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to end at 5.
Oh, okay. Do you guys have any more questions? Because, yeah, we're here for you. No? Good. Zach, something on your mind? I feel like there's something on your mind. Do you have something you want to ask?
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, so I've never been in marketing, and so yeah, like I said, we just don't have, I guess, a lot of marketing. I'm just thinking about how to do all the emails and like the listservs and stuff that you're doing, and I was thinking of her idea 'cause she's doing like a bunch of class presentations, so that sounds like a really good idea. It's pretty much like 4 of us here, and we're just trying to make everything work. Yeah. It's. I think it's good enough. Yeah. I'm also trying to deal with like finances. So, basically, hello.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
That was all me.
Yeah. Okay. So, basically, we had a banquet that was supposed to happen. So, included in our members' dues was $15 for a banquet at the end of the year, and things like fell through, and we actually didn't have a banquet. Like it ended up not even happening. So I'm trying to like figure out a way to reimburse the new members who paid that new set of dues $15. That's currently like what I'm trying to get at right now, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that because we don't have receipts like for the members paying their dues to us. And then we put that in the Saucy account.
Wait, where did you put the $15?
Okay, so the dues total were 45.
Yeah.
And yeah, so 15 along in that 45 went straight into our account. And so it's in our account right now.
The MC managed account or your LC account, like local account?
I think it's in the LC or the MC managed.
Your MC managed account, okay. Because I am not aware of us putting a check into your account that I know of, but I could be wrong. And if you guys just put it into your local account, then like taking that money back out would be very, very easy. Doing it out of the MC managed account is a little bit more difficult. Regardless, though, like, so I'm curious, like, what your financial policies are. Like, so when it comes to member dues, like, that was what you promised them, is like you have to pay dues and then you get a banquet and you get free food at the banquet. That's what you promised them. Okay, it's an interesting financial policy. I mean, you should reimburse them that. Now you just need to figure out where the money went. Because if you have a local bank account, then it's probably easiest to just pull it out of there and reimburse them cash. But otherwise, you can always just reimburse them and say, like, hey, we'll give you $15 back for, like, a conference fee or something, like, just like a random reimbursement like that. That's, like, not a big deal, and just, like, allocate it to them.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because right now, actually, our organization at A&M is not recognized because we got a new advisor, and then one of our VPF didn't have the grade she needed to have, so she's actually unrecognized as well. So we're trying to, like, get fully recognized, and until then, we don't have any access to our, like, LC account, I guess. So
Fun.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you should probably just tell them that you'll get, like, they'll get a reimbursement for an accident expense that they wouldn't have otherwise, like a discount or something on those lines on services, because we can't really do a payout without some kind of proof of some kind. So, like, that gets really complicated, and I think that's probably the easiest way to tell them that they'll get their money.
Zach, do you have any other questions? You were saying that you were thinking about, like, the summer, like, marketing side, how to get those email listservs. I don't know if I gave you enough ideas about, I think if you want to see how, like a good, I can send you, like, a template for, like email blast to send out. Like, I can send you one that ISAC used to use for Columbia. It's probably old, so you have page it for the current projects we do. Just to show you something, like a sample email. In order to get those email listservs, the people you need to talk to are, like, administrators and professors. I don't know, like, every school is different. Like, some schools are really giving away their email addresses, and some aren't. So, yeah, I think that. Maybe Patrick. I think it's you. Okay, sorry. So yeah, some schools are, like, really strict about getting it. So you may have to, like, go to the department, ask them. Maybe, like, even look online. Like, my school is really open, so I could just look online, like, graduating class or, like, email, like, student list, or, like, in my classes, like, I had a lot of, like, when I was a senior especially, or, like, a junior, like, I would get the whole email list of all the people in my current classes. For all the clubs that I signed up for, sometimes they would send us email blasts, so I would just collect the emails from those that I got from other clubs and, like, put them in my email list too. Going directly to those, like, professors and administrators' offices if you're still on campus to say, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like, could we get the list of emails? Could you send that to me? Or could I send you an email that you send to everyone else? And the people to talk to, yeah, like I said, career services, specific departments, uh, graduation, people who handle graduation, like those booklets that have everybody's names from graduation. I mean, that had to be compiled somewhere. So I'm sure their contact information is around too. Yeah.
Yeah, those are a lot of ideas. I'll pretty much try and implement that, yeah.
Maybe if you have a team of 4, then you guys can come up with a game plan of how to split that up. Like, you're going to take the, I don't know, communications department. You're going to contact, like, you're going to go in there on a Monday and, like, stop by the head of whatever, the main office, and ask them. And you're going to take, like, liberal arts, and, like, I'll take the graduation people. So, like, split that up and say, like, we're going to set a goal of getting, like, 500 emails. And then, like, have that just be, like, a weekly task to split up. Cool.
I have a quick question, Thu-Hong. So in the past, like this might have been before I even joined ISIC, which was like maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years. We got like all of the emails from like our business school, and we sent out the email, and we actually got a lot of like really, really angry messages back, like please don't spam my inbox. And so then the business school was like, we're not going to give you any more emails. They might have forgotten. There might be someone else, so we might be able to get those emails again. But what could you suggest that we could do to like make sure that that doesn't happen again?
Okay. So the business school gave you permission to use those emails, and then people were pissed.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay. See, then in that, like, it really depends on the culture of your school, because, yeah, like, my school people didn't really care too much, but if like, that people are really nervous about that, that's when I would say go the route of giving your business school the message you want to send out, and then asking them to send it out. Or asking them to, like, do you have, like, on your school website or something, like, channels for clubs and organizations to post things on your school, like, website, or, like, the alumni website or something, not the alumni website, but, like, the, I don't know, the specific, like, business school website or something? Like, I would say then it's better to ask them to forward the message to everyone else.
Awesome.
Yeah, and like, at least my school, like, we used to have, like, every school has their own, like, student login kind of portal. So, like, we would ask to post stuff, like, there's like always, like, stuff on the side of, like, what's going on around campus and stuff. So, like, we would find out, like, how to get on there. It's usually, like, the IT people that handle that, so contacting that department of your school. But yeah, if people get really weird about the email list and they got really pissed, I'd say that's when you need to tell other people to forward it on your behalf. And if you're going to go that way, then you can even ask specific professors, because professors will know people. Like, you could say, like, could you forward it to all of your students? Or, like, if you know people specifically that you wanted to, like, forward it to, that would be great too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Every school's really weird about those kinds of things, so I know it's different for everyone. Yeah. Cool. So, any other questions, guys? No? Good. Okay. Well, if you have any more, please feel free to contact us, email us, and let us know. We're always here to help. Awesome. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a great rest of your evening and day. Bye. Oh. Oops. Did somebody just join? Hi, Mary. Bye, Zach. Thank you for coming. Hi, Mary. Are you